Welcome back, guys. All right, we are cracking along here with all of our DCS mission making for dummies tutorials, and we just went through the adding an AWACS. Now we're going to do the same, pretty much the same thing, except we're going to add a air refueler. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here, add or modify plane group. We're going to go down and select our refueler types for blue. KC135, KC130, KC135, MPRS. Okay, they're your three refuelers for the red. Okay, they're the ones. KC13. And sorry, there's one more. I tell a lie. Where is it? It's 3B tanker. Okay, so that one there is a S3 aircraft, and it's a tanker, so that one there you can spawn on the aircraft carriers and have it flying around the fleet, make it all nice and authentic. So you can have any of these. With the tankers, the options, okay, which one does what? So KC135, let's go to, we'll just put this guy in and go to our payload picture just so we can see what it looks like here. So KC135, it's got the boom. So any Air Force aircraft, so your F-16, the F-15, the A-10, any Air Force aircraft is going to refuel with the boom. Okay, so if you're flying an A-10, you want to make sure you put in a KC-135. Okay, with the Navy aircraft, so the Hornet, the Tomcat, okay, Navy aircraft, they're going to use a drogue system. Okay, so the KC-135, try and zoom in there, so you can see on the wings, it's got pods. Okay, on the outboard wings there, so it's got a actual drogue that's going to extend out. So if you're flying Hornets, or if you're going to have Hornets and Tomcats in your missions, okay, you want the KC-130. All right, and if you're flying Air Force, so F-16, A-10, F-15, they use the boom. And there's also another variation of it, which is the KC-135 MPRS, which it's supposed to have both the boom. Well, it does have both the boom and the drogue, but for some reason at the moment there's an issue, so it can't tell whether you're an A-10 or whatever. So the 135 MPRS is supposed to have both options, so you can see that it's got the boom and the drogue. All right, but there is some dramas with the refueling on that one. So best bet is just stick with the KC-135 or the KC-130. Okay, so we're going to put in a KC-130 because we've got a Hornet here, and we're going to go through how to set this bad boy up. All right, so now we've got our KC-130 in. We're going to call him, let's go with Texaco. So same deal, Texaco 1-1. Copy that and paste it on there. So same deal, name and pilot, same deal. Okay, just makes life easier in the long run once you get into your mission making, get a little bit more in depth. Same deal on the radio as we did with the E3. Okay, make sure it's checked. Set your frequency. So we're going to make this guy. No, we'll just leave it at 251. Okay, leave it at 251. Now, altitude. Set up exactly the same. So we're going to make him at 20,000. If you're going to make these guys fly together or fly close together, you want to deconflict the altitude. So we know our E3 is at 30,000 feet. And you want to have at least a couple of thousand feet between the orbit patterns. Otherwise, you run the risk of planes crashing into each other, and it doesn't look nice. So we're going to go 20,000 feet is our dude. All right, we're going to go add waypoint, waypoint 1, waypoint 2, waypoint 3, just like we did before with the E3. Once we go to waypoint 3, we're going to go landing. Okay, so we're going to set this up exactly the same as we did. So we're going to make our tanker fly to waypoint 1. As soon as it hits waypoint 1, it's going to go into an orbit around those 2 points till it runs out of fuel. Then it's going to go and land. Rightio. So now we're going to go through setting up a couple of other things. So with the aerial refuelers, okay, they have got a TACAN that you can tune into to find them in the air, because obviously finding a little plane in the big scheme of things while it's flying around is super hard to do, and when we want to actually fly up and tank off it, you need to know where the hell it is. So we're going to go through setting up the TACAN for the tanker. So you got to make sure you're on waypoint 0, and we're going to go down to the advanced waypoint actions. Click that, and we're going to go this one here, number 2, activate TACAN. We're going to go edit into here. Righto. So perform command, activate TACAN. So this already automatically is assigned by default, but we're going to tweak this a little bit. All right. So we've got channel mode, X-ray or Yankee, whichever one. Leave an X-ray. Channel, you can choose the TACAN channel that you're going to tune into. So we're going to make it, because he's at Angels 20, we're going to make it 20. Okay, nice and easy. If they're at 20,000 feet, 20 for the TACAN. Nice and simple. Call sign, we're going to call it Texaco. And then unit, so this is where calling your unit, okay, comes into play. So Texaco 11, bam. So now we've assigned this TACAN to our unit, Texaco 11, and she's good to go. All right, done. Now, the next point, we're going to go to waypoint number 2, and we're going to set up, instead of doing an orbit, we're going to set up a refuel. So we're going to go down here, we're going to go add, perform task, and we're going to click orbit. Okay, and we're going to set up the exact same thing, racetrack, and this is where speed comes in, because we're going to be primarily Navy aircraft, or we are going to be Navy aircraft refueling. We don't need this thing doing 160 knots. Okay, we want it to be flying a bit faster so that the Hornets aren't stalling out trying to refuel. So we're going to bump this speed up to, let's make it 380 knots. Okay, or not, 336, fine, because it can't go that fast. 336, so we're going to make it go as fast as it possibly can. That is it, done. Get out of that. When you first come in, when you spawn in the tank, it's already going to have the tanker action set. Okay, so it's going to be an aircraft refueler straight away. Now, I think that is all we need. And we condition, nope, that's all we need. So that is it. Last thing, same deal, come into your mission brief, and we're going to go Texaco, oh, if I can spell, Texaco 11 refueler, and you can even distinguish by going KC 130 Texaco 11, so then people know that, all right, that's the KC 130 if you're going to have a KC 130 and 135. Then we're going to go radio frequency, it's 251 megahertz, and then we want to go TACAN, which is 20 X-ray. All right, so now we've put in our information for our Texaco refueler, radio freak, and TACAN. So if we go now back into the mission, we'll save because I'm happy with that. Let's quickly run through. The Hornet will show you that it's all working honky-dory. Booyah! Alright, so we're in our Hornet. We're going to bring up our HSI page here. And we're going to confirm that the tanker is actually there, and it's going to let us tank up. So we're going to set our radio to 251. Bam. Alright. And we can call in for a refuel. So we got there in the tanker menu, F6 tanker, Texaco 11.
Texaco 11, in field 11, request rejoin.
And he's going to reply back.
In field 11, Texaco 11, proceed to pre-contact at 20,000 at 230.
There we go. So he is working. We can contact him by the radio. He's ready for us to tank. So now we're going to just double check that our TACAN is working and set up. And again, to set up your TACAN, I've made a video for the Hornet on how to do that. So I'm just going to quickly do that right now. On 20 X-ray air to air, press enter, and we can go ahead and box that. So now we know our tanker is 14.8 nautical mile, 14.9, 15 from us. Okay, we've got Texaco there, and if we bang on out, that is the refuel tanker there on the TACAN, and we can confirm he's 15.7. So we'll just grab our little. All right, there's the KC 130. and those guys will do their thing. All right. Happy days. So now you've set up a tanker, and you've set up an AWACS in your missions to let you take gas and give you AWACS bogey dope calls. All right. Hope that helped, boys and girls. Catch us on the next one. See yous.